video is about solving systems of inequalities. There are three main steps for solving systems of inequalities. Step 1 is graph the boundary lines for each inequality. Remember, a dashed line is used for less than and greater than, while a solid line is used for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Step 2 is shade the half plane for each inequality. And step 3, identify the intersection of the half planes. This is the solution to the system of inequalities. We always want to make sure we have solved for y. So our inequality is in slope-intercept form. Y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 3. And I have y is less than 1/4 x. So the very first thing I need to do is just concentrate on that first inequality. So we're going to look at this top one and we're going to graph that. My y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to go to 3 on my y-axis. And then my slope is negative 1/2. So I'm going to go up 1 and to the left 2. Up 1 to the left 2. And then I'm going to go back to the main point, go down 1 and to the right 2. See. Until you are off the graph. You're going to take, and it's going to be a solid line because it's or equal to. And do your best. You need to always use your straight edge when you're doing this on the paper. And you have your line. Now, this would be if it was an equal, not an inequality. What makes it an inequality is the shading part of it. So if the line does not go through the point 0, 0, I always recommend putting in 0, 0 to determine which side to shade. I'm going to plug 0 in for y and 0 in for x of this first problem. So I have 0 is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x, that's negative 1/2 times 0 plus 3. So 0 is less than or equal to 3. Is that true? It is true. So I am going to shade the part that has 0, 0 because that's the point I plugged in. So if the solution is true, you plug in, or excuse me, you shade whatever point you plugged in. Now let's graph this. Y is less than 1/4 x. I do not have a y-intercept, so that tells me I am going at 0. The line crosses at 0. I go up 1 and to the right 4. If I go down 1, I go to the left 4. And then this is less than. It does not have the or equal to, so it's going to be a dashed line. Now, of course, we can't plug 0, 0 into this equation because it goes through 0. So I'm going to go to another point that is not on that line. So I'm going to plug in 1, 1. Plug it in here. So I have 1 is less than or equal to 1/4 times 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 1/4. That is not true. So you have to shade this side that does not have 1, 1. So I'm going to shade down here. Now, as you can tell, there's a section, and I will highlight it. There's a section right here that has both the black and the red shading, or the double shading. That means all those points in that double shading are solutions to the system of inequalities. Let's do another example. I have y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 1, and y is less than x plus 2. So the first one, I'm going to go to 1. My slope is negative 2 over 1, so if I go up 2, I go to the left 1. go down 2, I go to the right one. And then it's going to be a solid line because you have an or equals 2. Of course, use your straight edge on your paper. Okay. Now, it does not go through 0, 0. It's close, but it doesn't go through the point 0, 0. So I can plug 0, 0 in to the inequality. So 0 is greater than or equal to -2 times 0 plus 1. 0 is greater than or equal to 1. That is not true. Therefore, I am shading the side that does not have the point 0, 0. So I'm going to shade above the line. Now we're going to graph the second inequality. Y is less than x plus 2. So I'm going to start at 2. I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. I go down 1, I go to the left 1. And it's not an or equal to, so it's going to be a dashed line. Again, it does not go through 0, 0. So we're going to come down here. 0 is less than 0 plus 2. 0 is less than 2. Is this correct? 0 is less than 2. So I'm going to shade the part that has 0, 0. And in the double shaded area, again, I will highlight that to make it easier to see, is the solution to the inequalities. Now you're going to have a problem like this, where you have to first solve for y in order to graph it. I have 2x plus y is greater than or equal to -4. And I have x minus 2y is less than 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solve for y on my first inequality. 2x plus y is greater than or equal to -4. So I'm going to subtract my 2x from both sides. I cannot combine my -4 and my -2x. So I'm going to have y is greater than or equal to -2x minus 4. Then I'm going to graph that, so I'll start at -4, go up 2 to the left 1, and then down 2 into the right 1. Okay, and that will be a solid line because it's or equal to. And then to determine which side to shade, we're going to plug 0, 0 in because it does not go through 0, 0. So 0 is greater than or equal to -2 times 0 minus 4. 0 is greater than or equal to -4. That is true. So I am going to shade the side that has 0, 0. Now we need to solve for x minus 2y is less than 4. So I have x minus 2y is less than 4. Subtract x from both sides. -2y is less than -x plus 4. Divide everything by -2. Remember, when you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So I'm going to have y is greater than 1/2 x minus 2. So I'm going to start at 2, go up 1 over 2. And 1 over 2. And then it's going to be a dashed line because it's not an or equal to. Okay. Then we're going to plug, this one also doesn't go through 0, 0, so we're going to plug 0 in for our y and our x. So is 0 greater than negative 2? It is, so I'm going to shade the side that has 0, 0. So then again, I'll highlight to make it easier to see. All this part right here is the solution for the inequality. There are 2 more examples, so I recommend going ahead and pausing and going over each time and doing the examples on your own and then seeing if it's correct. The next example is 4x plus 2y is less than or equal to 8, and 4x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 8. So I'm going to go ahead and you're going to go ahead and pause the video, solve it out, and then check your answers. Now that you worked it out yourselves, let's just take a look. I'm going to solve for x. 4x plus 2y is less than or equal to 8. Subtract the 4x from both sides. So I have 2y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 8. Divide both sides by 2. Y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. So I'm going to go to 4, down to the right one. And that's going to be a solid line. And it does not go through 0, 0, so I'm going to plug 0 in for my y and my x. 0 is less than 4. That is true, so I'm going to shade the side that has 0, 0. Now I'm going to solve my next problem. 4x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 8. Subtract 4x from both sides. 2y is greater than or equal to negative 4x minus 8. Divide by 2. Y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 4. So I'm going to go to negative 4, go up 2, to left 1. Down 2 and to the right 1. It's going to be a solid line because it's or equal to. It doesn't go through 0, 0, so 0 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times 0 minus 4. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 4, which is true. So I am going to shade the part above. So essentially, anything in between those 2 lines is a solution. And the final example here is 3x plus 2y is less than or equal to 12, and 2x minus 2y is less than 12. Go ahead and pause it, solve it, and then when you click play, the answer will be back on. Okay, so now that you've solved it, here is my work, and here is the graph. And as you can see in the yellow, that would be the solutions for the systems of inequalities. I hope this has helped. Please ask questions as you have them.